How to convince your wife to get a Cane Corso, because I had to do just that.
I feel judged right now,
She did not want you, bro.
Look away.
I had to convince her. Let's go over some ways you can convince your wife or significant other to get a Cane Corso. Truth be told, Kara wanted nothing to do with Cane Corsos. She was scared of them.
I didn't think they were cute.
She didn't think they were cute. And she wanted nothing to do with them after our English Bulldog passed away. And this is the breed I wanted for a good 9 years plus, and was literally doing research on them before they were popularized. We're gonna give you guys some tips, ideas on a discussion you can have with your significant other on why you should get a Cane Corso in your life. First and foremost, this should not be the first dog you've ever gotten. If you've never had a dog before, a Cane Corso is not the breed for you. Start with a much easier breed.
Fully agree with that. One of the main reasons I did not want to own this breed was because I had never owned a guardian breed before, and I just kept hearing horror stories fed to me by people that they would eat people if they came over to your house, and they would likely kill someone, and you could never have people over, and it just scared me, quite honestly. So right there, I had a wall up with this breed.
And that's quite the opposite of the case. If you understand dog behavior, if you understand how to train dogs, we did a very, very good job training these guys. And I feel like her love for dogs has exponentially increased having Bruce Wayne and then Joey Justice, because of the responsibility that it takes to own a dog like this. She took her leadership and her training extremely serious. She listened to a lot of the things I said, even when she didn't want to.
I still do to this day, even when I don't want to.
She still does to this day. And I just feel like she's always loved dogs. I just feel like you love dogs way more now that having this breed.
It's different with this breed, and also you wanted a guardian breed so bad. You kept mentioning that the Cane Corso is a guardian breed, and I just did not understand why we had a need for a guardian breed. I didn't have the buy-in to why I would need a guardian breed dog.
If you want a personal protection dog, you have to train that dog in personal protection. It's a skill. It's a learned skill. Instinctively, Cane Corsos are guardian breeds just by nature. I just posted a video on my Instagram page where the landscaper left open the back gate. Lessons learned,
So
never
scary.
trust people to close your stuff once they open it. And a stranger came up the driveway, got out of the car, and Bruce Wayne put them back in the car. But because of how well we trained them, how well we socialized them, he didn't take it too far. He stood his ground. He got right up into their proximity, very close to them, and backed them back up into the vehicle. So check out that video. And this dog's gonna alert you if somebody comes into your house.
Really
And I'm not
that.
stupid. I know somebody, if they're staking at your house, could just shoot the dog in a second. But that moment, those few seconds, can be life-saving for the people in the house because the dog's alerting you. And the average burglar, the average criminal, if they just randomly break into your house, they're gonna see this dog and they're just going to find a new house. So there's also that factor of it.
It's very true.
And I've always just wanted a giant breed dog. I've always loved big dogs. I used to have an Akita. The first time I laid eyes on my Cane Corso was the first time I've ever even heard of the breed, and I was instantly in love. And it was all black, just like Bruce Wayne, white patch on the chest. That's not what I searched for, but it just happened to be, that's what we got.
The main thing that convinced me to get a Cane Corso was Jason looking at me, knowing my reasons for not wanting one, being so scared of one. He looked at me and he said, "Kara, have I ever put you in a situation putting you at danger, putting you in harm's way, putting us in harm's way? Have I ever done that to you, or would I ever steer you in the wrong way?" And I looked at him and I'm like, no, you haven't. I have complete and total trust in you that you would never put us in a situation that would be bad. And from there, it was like, poof, I just listened to him, among some other things.
So what would be some good tips how somebody can, I don't want to say convince,
Bridge the gap
to getting a Cane Corso, because it's definitely, some people may watch this and be like, oh, I don't care what my husband or wife says, I'm gonna get what I want. And it can't be like that. It takes everybody in the family to be a leader to the dog. If not, things are going to go very bad very quickly. So you have to get your significant other on board.
The first thing that really helped me see that I also wanted a Cane Corso, even though I was trying to not want one, was
how loving they are.
well, I didn't know that at first. The online quizzes you can take. There's a multitude of them all over the place, different websites, different tests. So I just kept taking different tests that try to match you up with your living style, your experience, what type of personality you wanted. Wouldn't you know, I literally got a Cane Corso. Out of all the dog breeds,
And she kept retaking it and kept getting it.
I kept getting Cane Corso as one of the dog breeds that would match well with what I was looking for.
She'd be like, all right, I'm gonna take a different website
Right,
test.
I go to a different website, maybe I'll answer a little differently, but ultimately I was answering how I wanted to answer for me and not for Jason. I answered strictly for me, and I kept getting the dang Cane Corso.
Yeah.
The second thing that truly convinced me was Jason sent me a couple YouTube videos of people doing documentaries living with a Cane Corso, and I will never forget the video of the female, a smaller petite female sitting on her couch with her Cane Corso just laying on top of her. So sweet. I listened and watched the entire thing, and I was just in awe of that. I wanted that relationship that I saw between that woman and her dog. And I remember I came home to you and I said, if we get a Cane Corso, will it lay on the couch and lay on my lap? And you're like, maybe, if we let it on the couch. And I was like, but that's what I want.
And from there, we got Bruce Wayne, and she instantly fell in love.
Oh, I cried.
And you also cried when you got Justice.
Oh, I think I cried more when we got Justice.
And if you guys aren't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Make sure you guys are subscribed, because we have tons of training videos, tons of vlogs, tons of health videos for dogs. We're always putting out new content. So we'd love for you to join the fam and subscribe. And also in the description box, there's a bunch of online training courses which use the same philosophy of how Kara and I trained Bruce and Justice. You save 10% if you use code Jason, and they will be life-changing for you. They will help you raise that perfect canine companion you want. And that's what I wanted in a dog, which is why I wanted this breed. I wanted a companion. I didn't care about my dog doing tricks. I just wanted a companion. And these dogs are so intelligent, I knew that could be the breed. So you have to have a serious conversation with your partner and see how comfortable they are with dogs. You know, first, what's their experience with dogs? If they've never had dogs, but you're experienced with dogs, are they going to listen to you? That's a big thing. You know, these dogs can't be babied all the time. They can't be mothered all the time. That's going to lead to massive issues. Justice has been pushing it lately. So Kara started ignoring him. You know, she stopped babying him, so to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Stop
even
mothering
say
him.
ignore. It was more so the every time he walks by me and like petting him and lovey-dovey on him, I pulled back in and became more of the leader, where my interactions with him were more from a leadership, where if I wasn't commanding him or telling him I needed something from him, I went about my day. I wasn't really engaging otherwise. It's hard to do, believe it or not. But
See, I use my love very sparingly. I know we're getting off topic really quick, but
maybe they want a separate video on this.
For example, Kara will come up and she'll just start loving on the dogs all the time. I do that sparingly. And because I do it sparingly, that reward is worth gold. Where Kara, it's worth a few pennies because she does it all the time. So a lot of times I'm like, stop mothering the dogs, stop babying the dogs, and instantly they start listening to her like within a day. So you have to make sure that your partner is understanding of that. They take a firm handler. They take a firm, sensitive handler. These dogs are very sensitive. Do you travel? That'd be another good thing to be able to convince your partner. Kara, if I'm traveling, she feels much safer home alone because of 300 pounds of dog in the house. You know, our house is much less likely to get broken into having a Cane Corso versus not, where she's gonna feel a lot safer.
Devil's advocate to that too is, if you're traveling, am I feeling confident enough that I can be the leader for these dogs or a dog on my own too? You gotta be on the same page with that before you get this breed. So you might be like, well, I trust my husband and I'm just gonna go along with it. But you may have to take the lead here on your own, as you should, regardless of travel or not. If you're not comfortable with that, you shouldn't be convincing your partner.
Kara will take the dogs out and about without me just to make sure that they're listening to her. She has that leadership with them still. Quite often, it's not always all four of us. It's not always just me with the dogs. Sometimes it's her with just the dogs.
Another way you could convince your partner, which also helped convince me, we were at a fitness expo and I was able to meet a Cane Corso puppy walking by. And I knew it. You spot them so easily. Even back then it wasn't as easy. Now you see them quite a bit. But at the time when I saw it, I knew it was a Cane Corso puppy and I wanted to meet it real quick. So I just had a brief interaction with the owner and seeing the puppies.
A good tip would be, find someone that you know that has a Cane Corso that's very socialized and very friendly with strangers.
Yes.
Have your partner meet them, have your partner interact with them. Now, you don't want to have them meet an unsocialized Cane Corso because that's just gonna scare the crap out of them. Make sure, just like when you're socializing your dogs, you always have to give them positive experiences. You have to give your partner a positive experience in this or it's gonna quickly turn them off. Watching these videos, like I'm not even joking, have your partner watch some of these videos, some of these vlogs, and if they want a dog that's loving, they will see Bruce Wayne, how loving he is. They will see how friendly he is with Kara and myself, and even strangers, right, bro? Yeah.
And
Does he just know what I was just saying?
He does.
Did you just know?
You also don't sugarcoat things on this channel, and one thing that goes along with that and also made me comfortable is Jason spent months and months and months researching the breed.
Years, actually. Years.
What it would
for
take
9
to
years.
own one, what that would look like, all the things associated with owning this dog. He had even started looking into raw feeding. He had done all the work already. So it will be very helpful for your partner to watch his videos because honestly, he's already done a lot of the research that you could spend time doing. Watch his channel, or if it makes them feel more comfortable, encourage them to do some research, looking into the breed, reading it on their own. I did a lot of that because as much as I trust and believe Jason, I wasn't gonna feel comfortable unless I saw it and read it with my own eyes.
Because I'm gonna obviously be biased because I wanted this for 9 years.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know about that, Jason. I don't know that that's the personality I'm looking for, which is why I took the quizzes. I did my own research. I watched the videos, and then I had that real life interaction. I was sold. Sign me up. This is maybe a silly tip, but one of the other things that convinced me, contrasting from our previous dog, the previous breed we own, was the fact that their health overall seems so much better.
For a giant breed dog, it's much, much better than a lot of dogs out there.
I was kind of more interested in English Mastiff, but their health didn't look to be as good as a Cane Corso, and coming off of having an English Bulldog where we went through his entire life having massive health issues that were really quite traumatic feeling for me at that time. I didn't want to put myself through that. Again, you can't always control the health, of course, but that was another thing that also led me to this breed, was the health.
And the English Mastiff is very, very different than a Cane Corso when it comes to personality, intelligence, athleticism, all of that. It's like
the intelligence.
They're like night and day. And if your partner wants an intelligent dog, a dog that can think,
huge.
A dog that can communicate like a human, then a Cane Corso is that breed.
I didn't realize this, so that wasn't something that necessarily swayed me, but if I was to help you sway your partner, it would be their intellect. How smart they are goes such a long way for happiness within our own little home here and with our squad, because these dogs, like you said, can tell you what they need. The training is so much easier because they're so smart.
These were the easiest puppies we've ever had to train.
And puppies
Hands
are tough.
down.
I know plenty of people with real life kids who say training a puppy's harder, and I don't think so when it comes to these two.
The
Very
difficult
easy.
time comes around adolescence, you know, when their guardian instincts kick in. That's the hard time with these guys.
That, and just, you can never let your guard down. You don't have an ankle biter. You have
A dog that can eat someone.
Correct.
You know?
So it's like you can never let your guard down.
Yep.
We always have to have that reminder here.
Oh, do you know what make an awesome Christmas present?
What?
One of these beanies.
I
Check out
think
the merch
so.
packs below. Kara's got one for herself. She should have worn it.
I forgot. Shoot.
And energy levels, you know, Bruce was medium energy, Justice is high energy, so they're not a low energy dog, especially for their size. Justice, stop. And look at how responsive they are.
That's the other thing that could sway your partner as well. Even though they are a large breed dog, these dogs don't technically need a ton of space.
They don't.
They really don't. So if you're someone who you don't know where the next 5 years is going to bring you in terms of going from a small house, a big house, big yard, little yard, you actually don't need to have some huge farming area for these dogs to live a comfortable, happy, quality life.
You don't. You know, they need a yard to be able to go out and run around and play in.
Yep.
We have an acre. They don't have access to the whole acre. We have our backyard fenced in. It's probably half an acre fenced in, probably between quarter and a half acre fenced in, I would say. And that's plenty of space for these guys. I've seen people have them in apartments because they have access to parks, but they do need daily activity. They do need to go outside, run around daily. So that's one thing, you do have to have some space, but you can be living in a small apartment and be completely comfortable with one of them.
You can.
They do take up a lot of space though.
But these are not dogs that need to go out for a 3 to 4 mile run, like some breeds.
Yep.
Sometimes these guys,
Kind of Belgian.
on a bad weather day, I can just command them both around the house. They're getting that satisfaction because I'm giving them a little bit of work to do. They're completing the task I'm asking of them. They're pleasing me, and that's sometimes all they need. So
if your partner's wanting a dog and they have experience with dogs and you have experience with dogs and they want an intelligent dog, one of the most loyal dogs in the world, a large dog, a dog that's going to love you, a dog that wants to cuddle, a dog that wants to cuddle but not obtrusively. You know, they're very respectful because of how we raise them as well. You know, how you raise them is huge in how your dog's going to turn out, just like kids. I feel like we've done a very good job raising both of these dogs, and that's kind of what I specialize in, and she specializes in is like how to raise a dog. You know, we're very good at understanding how to raise a dog for that perfect canine companionship. Then a Cane Corso may be the breed for them.
Agree. And going off of that too, if you're a couple like Jason and myself who don't have kids or don't plan on having kids, this breed definitely fulfills something different for me personally, that motherly instinct or fatherly instinct with taking care of something, but also receiving the love back in a very human-like way that I think having this breed, I don't feel like I'm without something. I feel very whole and complete with my family, so.
Karen and myself have discussed this before, but Bruce Wayne and Justice now, but Bruce has changed our lives more than anything in our lives ever has, other than each other. You know, obviously we change each other's lives a lot. We're husband and wife.
Yeah.
But other than that, outside influences, it's been these guys that have changed our lives the most.
And we've gone through a lot of stuff.
We have.
And so it's quite interesting to kind of take that inventory, and we both agree that our lives changed the most, and
in a positive way.
Our relationship changed
It did.
in such a better way. I don't know how to put it in words, but just to tell you that it really did change our lives in such an amazing way.
It did. So have them watch this video. Have them watch a bunch of other videos. This is, you know, I had no regrets. No regrets.
Me either.
If we had a bigger house and more money, that's the one thing. They cost a lot to own. I have videos up on how the cost to own a Cane Corso. Obviously, you don't have to do what we do. Things are different. I have multiple videos up, but this may be the breed for you. Don't rush into anything. The breed's always going to be there.
Yes.
So if you've never had a dog, experience goes a long way with dogs. You can read all the books you want, watch all the videos that you want, but there's something about experience, and you don't want to make mistakes when you're raising these guys. So with that being said, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's good.
All right, then make sure you guys.
But if you have questions for me as a woman that did not want this breed openly, look away. He's looking at me again. Feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I will gladly answer if you want.
Do you know we're done?
What?
Yeah, Kara's good at answering you guys' questions too.
Yeah, so if you have any other questions that maybe we didn't cover on tips or what convinced me, feel free to ask them below, but I think we covered everything. These guys are ready for bath time. Oh, Bruce is exiting. He's like, we're done
Bruce,
here.
come here.
We're done here.
We're done.
Hey, Biggs, I'm sorry I didn't want you at first. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Your tip came out, so I think we're good.
Talk about loving.
Okay, he's like, Dad's the one that wanted me, so.
You saw me, I didn't prompt that. He's just like, I wanna love you.
I'm holding JJ's paw.
He's like, it almost didn't happen.
Oh,
it almost didn't
JJ
happen.
just pulled his paw away when I said that.
He's like, it almost didn't happen.
All right, I deserve that. I deserve
almost
being
didn't
odd
happen.
man out.
And I love you too, buddy. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.
Peace.
She's gotta go bathe the dogs.
Oh, jeez Louise.
And I gotta go eat dinner.
JJ.
Come kiss Justice? No, thank you, buddy.
Aw. All right, guys. Family hugs.
Family hugs. Yeah.
And this isn't for camera. We do this a lot. Oh,
Oof. Oof.
it's so hard being Justice. You ready for dog number 2?
Ready for dog number 2.
Justice, okay, go
Justice,
see Daddy.
come here, buddy. Let's
Go
go.
see Daddy.
Good boy. Come here.
Door open or shut?
Shut it, please.
Yeah.
Sit down. Good boy.
Playtime. 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 Playtime.